we're going to bring up Mexico next. And we have Jim Hardesty, who has been a friend and colleague for about, I don't know, Jim, how long have we known each other? 25 years more?
Yeah, about.
And so Jim is one of our Mexico experts. He is a buyer's agent. So he has contacts throughout Mexico, but also he knows Mexico really well. He's an expat living in Mexico, San Miguel de Allende, and he spent a lot of time along the coast. So Jim, I'll let you take it from here and tell us about Mexico and all the great opportunities there.
Great. Thanks, Leif. The access to Mexico, of course, is very simple. You can fly to just about anywhere you want to go in Mexico. There's airports everywhere, and there's flights to pretty much anywhere in the U.S. and Canada. So getting to Mexico is no problem. One of the really nice advantages, if you're in the U.S. or Canada, is being able to drive to Mexico. You can drive to just about anywhere as well. Given the size of Mexico and the history, there's just a ton of geographic diversity, mountains, beaches, deserts. And then there's a lot of cultural diversity as well, different cultural traditions in different parts. And obviously the deep history going back into the Aztecs and the Maya. There are a lot of established expat communities all over. So it's not hard to connect with other expats and find community groups and things to do. The cost of living in Mexico is based on the minimum wage, which is only about 315 pesos right now. So that's about $18 a day. And so you can see how your US dollar would go a long way when you can live in the same economy that someone that's making $18 a day can live in. So that's a great advantage if you're carrying dollars. English is spoken widely, especially, like I said, where there's a lot of expats, but you won't find them speaking English, when you have to go pay your water bill or your electric bill, or when you go to a government office. You'll find that more so in tourist kind of transactions, in hotels and restaurants, but not so much in doing business. So you need to, like I said, brush up on your Spanish to go pay some of your bills. But for North Americans, there are a lot of familiarities. And one of those is just in the brand name stores. I mean, you've got Walmart and Home Depot and Costco and Sam's Club and AutoZone and all those kind of stores. So it makes it really, really simple and easy and familiar to go and do some of the things that you need to do. And you don't have to hunt around too hard to find what you need. So where are we talking about mostly? Obviously, there's tons of places we could talk about, but the most popular places with expats will narrow down to the Pacific Coast between Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta. And then over in Yucatan, near Merida, there are a whole handful of beach towns. And here's some of the names are Celestún and Sisal, Progreso and Chelem. And those are all within a half hour to an hour of the big city of Merida, which is about 1.5 million people. And then over on the far east coast of the Yucatan is the Riviera Maya, which stretches from Cancun down through Playa del Carmen, all the way to Tulum. So why these places when there's obviously so many other places as well? The main reasons are safety and comfort. These areas are all not in active cartel zone activity areas. They have all been built up with Western tourist standard amenities. So you have good infrastructure and you can have a popular expat lifestyle. The places that people go to vacation because they like it there. They feel they fit right in. They enjoy the bars and restaurants and the cuisine. And generally, it's an easy lifestyle for them to fit right into. Another big thing is that there are still affordable real estate options. A lot of places have in the world, but, even in Mexico too, have gotten to be very, very pricey. I mean, Cabo San Lucas is kind of untouchable for a lot of people. It's, prices are in the millions. And another good factor for expats is good property management. You want to know that especially if this is an investment, you want to have good property management that you can rely on to keep it rented and to keep the maintenance up and keep it full. And if you're only there part-time, if you're using it yourself, but then wanting to rent it out when you're not there, you want to have the same thing. You want to have somebody taking care of your place, renting it when you're not there, and then keep it in good shape for when you come back. So, and the final big point is that you want it to be in an active resale market. And that's what these all are. There's a lot of activity and traffic, and when you put a property on the market in these areas, it's not just going to sit there. There's a lot of people looking, and it'll move. It's not going to just stagnate. So those are all some of the big things that you want to look at in any market that you look to buy in.
Thank you, Jim. That was an excellent walkthrough. Just part of Mexico, as you said, it's huge, and you know the rest of the country as well. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks.